My friends, who are we? What makes us us? Ultimately, we come from a mold that has formed us, that has determined in which direction we are headed, and what pathways we should consider as normal and as abnormal. This is what we describe commonly as our culture. Now, in our particular case, Ré Roger looks at this mold, he admires various elements of it, not last, of course, because the Andalusi speak a language that he is privy to, and because he has seen their throne rooms. He has taken it in, he has accepted and absorbed who they are and what makes them them. Arguably, he lives between worlds. His culture, the Norman culture, is not as simple as it seems. He has very much absorbed Arab culture when we were in North Africa, and he has even more so absorbed it for all of his life that we spent in Iberia. Today, we are going to actually put this into the mechanics. This narrative that has formed his life and made him feel like a stranger even amongst other Norman knights, and quite frankly, to a degree, even with his father Ré Jourdain, who was most certainly growing up in a different mold than Ré Roger, we are going to found our very own hybrid culture. I thought about this for quite some time, and I'm very much looking forward to making that happen. This is a super interesting culture with the Munya estates in particular on top as well. I will be creating something beautiful. We're going to go with a Frenchified version. This is the Andalus, so we are much more leaning into the direction of saying we are what effectively is the new Andalusians. In the East here, right, it is a splinter culture really, if you will. It isn't taking, or it isn't going to take in the entirety of the Andalusian culture right there, but that is very, very important to understand and to point out. And I lost the menu. Oh my god, I lost... Did I lose the menu? Oh my god, there it is. Okay, I found the menu again. We're going to go ahead and make this happen. Now, I want to be clear, in our court we're speaking Romance. This is what all the nobles speak and what is very important to us. We have brought in many settlers in this region, which is why I think Romance makes sense. But our customs, our customs, they hardly are, you know, that. We're going to be Espanol in our heritage, and I think we're even going to leave behind Bellicose. It's an amazing thing, don't get me wrong. But he really loves the pomp and circumstances. So in that case, I will be going with ceremonious. I think that makes perfect sense. Could I get a slightly different color maybe? What do we have here? I think we're going to go with like this color, something like that. Now, tradition-wise, let's take a look at what I'm picking here. I'm getting rid of stand and fight, as good as it is, and my god, it is really good. No, we're not going to be using this. Seriously, this is incredible. Because we are kind of moving away from this. I don't want to fight that much. We are becoming courtly in essentially literally every sense of the word. You know what, let me be greener. I want a pretty rich green. We could go blue here. Nah, blue looks bad on the map. At least I feel that it looks bad. Chanson de geste is not something that comes from him, but before the fact that we have, of course, the Cantiga. We grew up under those circumstances, and the tales of our father are something that was recorded like this. This also goes directly into, of course, our legends, right? We do have a legend lying around that I want to start spreading. Ruling caste, I think, makes sense. That is who we are. I want to keep this from, you know, spreading too much. I like the idea of this being a coastline culture, almost an urban culture, you could say, right? I assume that it's going to spawn somewhere over there. I want everything else to be relatively complex and indeed diverse. I like this. Expert artisans make sense because we are so involved with everything related to trade. I do like the idea of implementing this into our repertoire as well. Tabletop warriors, I will keep just because I think that is part of courtly culture. Malleable subjects and ritualized friendships, I like both of these, but I think we are more the ruling caste rather than subjects, and the ritualized friendship, he definitely doesn't share this aspect. Yes, he has a friend and he finds friends, but he doesn't take this as a ritual at all. He doesn't understand that ritual, if you will. Audacious cadets, adventurers and aristocrats, these are just our Norman heritages. I think this still carries in there. The Conrois have never ever in my life have I seen any men-at-arms play a more important role in our establishment of our rule than in this playthrough. So essentially, yeah, sticking with this and still idolizing these values that we had, of course, in the past, I think that makes perfect sense. Man, I'm gonna miss stand and fight so much, I think. But okay, then the last one is Munya Estates. He came here, he saw the Andalusian palaces, the beauty of these towns as our father traveled this entire region. I think he would look at this and he would say, I want to emulate all of that. It seems like perfection on earth. In the hills and farmlands of Iberia, the people of this culture build large estates called the Munya. Besides their architectural beauty, they also serve as places where people can relax, where scholars and poets can mingle, and where agricultural and botanical experiments happen. Right, unlocks the agriculture and botany activity options for the private vacation at Ammonia activity. Cool, I like it. We're going to move on to aesthetics. I think we're going to stick with French armies. This is definitely a European influence right there. Name-wise, we're going to be strictly Norman, but our castles will be looking Iberian. I think we're going to stick with continental European, but we're going to adopt both of the coat of arms right there. I think that makes perfect sense. We are the Andalou. We are new, we are fresh, and we are the result of the rule of my people. I think I'm going to go with all of this as it is. It gives us very interesting traditions, I think, in general. Then, of course, the pillars, yeah, indeed. I mean, this is our code language, we have spread this, but we aren't nearly as bellicose. We are bellicose because they are standing in the way of our ceremony, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead, let's do this. I will be hybridizing this culture. We are also going to pick up a whole bunch of innovations, including some regional ones. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. And it is done. The Andalou hybridization. Spurred on by positive relations and increased cultural exchange, the Andalusi and Normans peoples have grown increasingly close over the years. How now individuals from these societies have begun to view themselves not as one or the other, but as both, simultaneously. A new Andalou culture. Andalusi traditions and values form the backbone of this new culture, while various Norman attributes have been adapted and integrated to meet the needs of their new society. With the Andalou people now looking to me for guidance, it is time to set the stage for our shared future. Yeah, and look at Andalou, it goes slightly in there to a new age, a new era, and new people indeed. And I'm going to go on, and I'm going to spread now. I'm going to promote the culture here in Denia. I want basically this coastline, maybe even Mallorca and such, to be converted. It's going to take plenty of time because of the game rule. That is completely normal. That is exactly how I wanted it. Andalou is a culture that is created around our court in a rather urban, rich society, not in the general Andalusian society. Let's take a look at our innovations. I want to specifically, obviously we're getting Hindu-Arabic numeral systems right here as well. Right, this isn't all that difficult. I might be focusing on this one. I do like that idea that he would enjoy this. Let's take a look at this first. We got Caballeros, we got Longships, we got Altings, we got Almadraba. Unlocks the decision to finance Almadraba fishing, embarkation cost minus 20%. Varangian adventures, of course, we got Mediterranean cave settlements, currently being developed here. And then we got Qanats, can take the decision to fund the construction of a Qanat in much of the Middle East and North Africa. There are special networks of canals and underground aqueducts designed to bring water to where it is most needed. I love it. Afterwards, we got Stirrup, we got Caballari, and we got Grenadine Yenetis as well. We are an incredible piece of culture. I really want to stress this. Now I choose this moment because this would be something... Now I choose this moment for a relatively good reason. I want to point out one thing, and that is really that you can't pinpoint when a culture diverged, when they hybridized. There really won't be one moment. It is a long-term process that happens over many, many generations. Oh yeah, and look at that. They are now Belemnia and they are Mazre. If he becomes a great conqueror, that would be outstanding. But okay, let's put that aside. Why did I choose this moment? We just got crowned. And I think that this coronation would be seen as the birth time of this unique culture from a modern point of view. I am pointing this out because this is the culmination of a long-standing process. It was Bretislav, the very first one, not the one that had just ruled here, who essentially started the story of Bohemia in a modern direction. Obviously, they existed before that, but what I mean is that he did various raids into Poland. He created his own archdiocese in this particular region, making them independent, or more independent anyway, from the Holy Roman Empire, and he attempted to fend off the HRE proper. That didn't happen, but this seals the fate of Czechs in this period and until the modern day. What happened here? I mean, think about it. Our alliance, our combination with the Queen of Aragon, of course, was incredibly important. This is one of those things where we look at it and we say, this definitely defined this entire region. It ripped it away from the Muslim rule that was more focused on Central Iberia, and it pushes us towards the east, towards the entire Mediterranean, where of course we come from. Rey Roger has this natural influence. Now, simultaneously, he also actually has now brought everything together. The Bells of Santiago are here, the Holy Thorn is here, and let's not forget about Igida's skull. I bring those up in particular because they are the legendary foundation story of our culture. The tale of the righteous king finally coming along and unifying faith underneath his thumb. I want to stress this not from a necessarily canonically Catholic angle, but rather from an angle of Christendom in general. This is where this culture is founded because that is our origin story, that in the age of nationalism, come the 19th century, will be completely mythologized by everybody living in this area. Now this will also now give me an opportunity to weave in a natural story into this Oh my god, no. Where did it go? Now, I was going to say that this is also something that I can weave into our legend seed, but it's gone? Was that one of those that would go away if I died? Oh my god, I didn't even... Ooh, legends. Listen, I like what that is, what the potential of them is, and I really wish I could use it right now. Sadly, I cannot. I'm gonna go ahead in that case, I suppose. Okay. We're going to be hiring a couple of people because I need to search for legends at this point, apparently. I am losing my mind. Okay. Whenever we do pick up a legend, okay, we're gonna start spreading it right away. Until then, okay. Anyway, we have created this new culture. Let's see who has adopted it, if anybody. Our son hasn't. Our daughter has. I do hope that he eventually comes around. It can't be that hard. He would just adopt it, of course, right? Our brother is still a Norman. Alright, well, it isn't that easy. It is something that is much, much more concentrated in this area. We're going to convert Denia, and then we can find ourselves in a pretty good spot. I think Castello here we will also convert. And now, we're going to be forward-facing as a ruler. Let's see. Ooh, I can ask for money from my head of faith. I am waging the good war, the holy war. I will absolutely do this. And then I'm going to sell a couple of people right here. Let's make some more money and see what we can do with it. Man, if I had a legend, wouldn't that be amazing? Thank you for the money, buddy. I appreciate this. That is a lot of money. Now, this also actually made it so that I am finally involved in the Iberian struggle. Oh, we have made it. We are inside. Okay, let's take a look at this. I was worried about status quo potentially being something. Had I not actually adopted this, they could have just ended it via status quo. I'm not interested in that. I want the Iberian struggle to go on. I'm not saying that I will be ending it, but I do want to essentially carry this into a new age. That is the idea here. What other bonuses do I get? I can sponsor Jewish sciences now. I might actually do that very, very soon. We could build pilgrim roads. Okay. Ooh, releasing prisoners of a different culture provides prestige. I'm not sure that I'm going to do this. These prisoners, they're important to me. Let's try to find a legend. I'm going to keep like 500 bucks in the bank, I think. Or at least I'm going to keep some money in the bank right here. I would love to sponsor Jewish sciences, actually. Making this and this new culture and this new urban kind of highlight right here into a huge focus of our territory is very, very important to me. Iberia is home to many scholars from around the known world. With a little funding, we could achieve a new era of learning and establish a hub for culture and knowledge sharing, which will reign supreme for decades to come. Sponsored Golden Age for 120 years. That is so good. Count of Valence gains epicenter of Golden Age for 60 years. That's not bad, okay, could be better. Cultural fascination progress plus 20%. Oh, let's go. One independent ruler involved in the struggle of each culture. I like it, yes, that is great stuff. And then we're gonna save the rest of the money just so that if I ever find a legend again, I can just start it immediately. Oh, he wants to pay for Caliph Muhammad? I don't think so, buddy. Golden Age Science, Starry-Eyed Surgeon. My liege, please make this full listen. This surgeon performed a cataract operation on my right eye, but now refuses to fix my left, exclaims Starosta Ruslan. The operation was only successful because the conjunction of the stars was perfect. You must wait 12 more years to ensure another successful operation, replies the frustrated Dr. Haru. As ruler, it is my duty to settle such matters. Should I interfere with astrology and risk a botched surgery? Oh, I do like this guy. He's Andalou, actually. Very cool. Okay. This is a wonderful opportunity for Jourdan to learn medicine? I don't think so. The stars have no bearing on your ability. No. You know what? Actually, I think the stars have a huge bearing on my ability. I really do. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm actually going to go with this option. You can join my court. That is cool. If he says that is what the stars say, then I think that is very valid advice. He seems like a wise man to me. And if that is the mechanism of it, then that is the mechanism of it, my friend. You should be calm. And now let's go ahead and hold court yet again. I'm hoping for some good stuff here. My lord, I come with grave news, but with a solution to fix this problem. It's becoming increasingly clear that the Al-Andalusian and Andalou are becoming more, perhaps even too similar. It's paramount that we show them that it's us, Andalou, who are the forefront of innovation. So this is the Lord of Menorca. Oh, he actually converted! Man, there is one good Hauteville in this house, you know this? Let's host a festival to celebrate our rich Andalou culture. I kind of do like this. We have 100% right now, obviously, in terms of agreement. Arrange for an exhibit to show off our grandest accomplishments. No, you know what? I will be hosting a festival. The idea here is that I love this culture. This is who I am. I'm not really doing much other than just acknowledging what I have become after living here for quite some time. Kumis Hayan stands before you, his face grave with concerns. My lord, the threat of Lusitania weighs heavy on my mind. Regiones looms across the border, he points, only days from the gates of Alarak and House Hayan's hearths. You must help fortify my lands. Alarak soldiers and fortifications are all that stand between Valence and ruin. So I think Regianus isn't going to do any of that stuff. He's fought with us, literally, in the past. So I will look at him, very bewildered, and say, come on, it is not Regianus, but you're right, there is a threat. And we are indeed all burdened by the risks of war. We will have a shared burden, we will work together, we will work against them, but not against Regianus. We will work against the Almoravids. Rais Adfuns approaches me with a straighter posture than usual and visibly eager about what he has to say. My liege, there's much to celebrate under your rule. Please allow me to pay for the expenses of your next feast. Perhaps in return you could grant me a favor in the future. Oh my god, that is so much money. My brother. Yeah, I like that. I can work with that, without a doubt. My business here is done. Now let's take a look at these cool extra decisions that we were given. Finance Almadraba fishing. Every year, fearless fishermen go into the waters of the Western Mediterranean to catch tuna using the Almadraba technique. Rulers who support this extremely lucrative trade will profit greatly from it. The gold cost of this decision is based on how many coastal counties I have, and Almadraba, as it is known in Iberia, or Matanza in Italy, is old fishing technique that involves setting up an elaborate series of nets to trap and catch large numbers of tuna when the tuna migrate from the Mediterranean into the Atlantic. Historically, rulers profited from supporting and monopolizing this trade, such as the Dukes of Medina Sidonia in the 15th and 16th centuries. This practice was prevalent in various parts of Iberia, North Africa, and Italy in the Western Mediterranean, and may have dated back to antiquity. I like this. I'm going to do this. He is focused on making money, on building up his industry. Now, should he be hosting a feast? Maybe. Does he enjoy hosting feasts? Not really. I might be doing it soon-ish, but for now, I mean, this is as industrious as my people should be. And look at this bonus. That is incredible. I like that a lot, yeah. Every year in spring and summer, fishermen sail forth from their harbor. And yeah, there you go. This actually worked out. That is beautiful. Court grandeur has increased as well. Oh, and we do have a feast over there now. I could attend this. I'm not against it. I'm really not against attending. Is anybody attending that I actually like? Is my wife attending? She is not attending. If my wife is not coming, then I'm not going. I'm sorry. How often do I say no to activities? But no, I'm good on this one. I'm gonna keep the warlike court for the time being. By the way, we changed our culture, but our court behavior, I think, is going to stick around for quite some time. Diplomacy, though, being the long-term solution, at least from the angle of Ré Roger, I think. But that is not something that he initiates right away. The change in culture is something that just happened underneath, and we just cemented it effectively. Very, very different approach, of course. Man, the fact that I don't have that legend, that is, I hate it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, and my spy master, Kühns Joselm here, tells me that somebody is trying to kill me. My god. 0% secrecy. Find them. Find them. And bring them to me. It must be the Dunonids. It must be. I mean, what are the other options even? Vengeful memories. As I walk through the town, rage overcomes me once again. The only thing on my mind recently is when King Umar of the Maghreb and I became rivals. I must get my revenge on Umar somehow. I look up at the gallows in front of me. Perhaps if I make my moves carefully, he will hang there soon. I will try it. Yeah, okay. I think he would have something like this planned. He is a foreign ruler of a wrong religion that is encroaching on my territory. Murder isn't above me here. A word of advice. I saunter between the market stalls of Valence, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local stonemason, perfect geometry, a sound investment, my wife Reina Sancha suddenly appears at my side. A word of advice, husband? Have a look at the sculptor's stall over there. Their wares might be simple, but their potential is great. If my wife says that I should be doing that, I will be doing that, my friends. And she's pregnant again. Man, she came by and we immediately got to work, I guess. Now, instead of going to feasts, I think I want to do something else. Keep in mind that we are now in possession of the Bells of Santiago, thanks to him, of course. I want to do a pilgrimage there. I don't really want this to be pious, I want this to be worldly. This is the idea here. We're not going to get too much when it comes to the actual feedback that we get from this, but that is not what it's about. I want to show the other rulers of the peninsula that, yeah, look at that. I am a good, a wise, and indeed a respected ruler. Let me change this route. We are obviously going to go via my wife's kingdom. I think that should be self-evident. Afterwards, why don't we stop by in Navarra? We can make it through over there. And then, you know what, actually, I really like the idea. Let's make it through our dear cousin's land right here in Lusitania. That makes perfect sense to me, and let's get on the way here. Yeah, let's be ceremonial, let's be pretty big in this. Santiago, here I come. What are the actual rewards for this, by the way? So, Intrigue Pilgrim gives you opinion and different faith culture opinion. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It makes us more understanding of everything here on Iberia, and I think that is how he would explore that world, right? He would go and try to understand where things start and where they end. Like I said, Andalou, of course, as a culture is something that happened, rather than him doing it consciously. Altruism, a healing touch. I enter Comtado of Alcañiz, ready to bestow my royal touch upon the local peasantry. I am immediately faced with what is undoubtedly the most wretched creature I have ever laid eyes upon. With minimal provocation, she exposes her calloused feet just inches from my pristine hands. Much as Christ washed the feet of his disciples, I too am implored by God to wash the feet of my loyal subjects. A blessing for you, a bad memory for me. Perhaps a light touch on the forehead will do. Get those filthy sausages away from me. I think we'll flick her forehead. He'll be like, this is the flick of God. And then he will swiftly walk away. This is fine. Traveling through this sometimes harsh environments has invigorating effects on at least my state of mind and vigor. As I glance over at Friedrich, however, he does not appear to be quite as good. He does not appear to be doing quite as good. His movement is labored, his breathing heavy, and spontaneous bursts of coughing ripple through his body. Clearly, he is not well. Joachim, just treat him okay. Hello, my wife. How is my son? He's doing okay. Yep, still irritable from me. That's my bad. I made him a bad person. Does he have any memories? He remembers that my brother died. Okay, well, good for him. We have now also visited Chindoki. It is difficult for the pilgrims traveling the land not to notice its striking snow-covered peak, rising prominently, and suddenly Chindoki has embodied the majesty and mysterious beauty of these lands long before man ever set its eyes on it. That is nice. Oswin, I don't really like this name. How about we name him Roger, after myself? I think that's not a bad idea. Maybe this is her way of trying to get him to spend some time with his children. He doesn't understand them, but they are still his children, of course. So we have now visited Navarra. They are cousins, and they like me. I like them as well. We're both doing quite well. They speak Romance, of course, in their court. You can see it right there. He himself doesn't actually speak it. Oh, that is interesting. So he just equipped his court with it, and that is it. We saw their beautiful mountain. There it is. Yeah, nice to see. Nice to behold. Let's keep following the route here. The more modern route is this one in the south. But of course, as Leon and Galicia are much more important in the north right now, with their capitals actually being over there, that makes sense to me that we would take that route. Ah, man, it is interesting to see Iberia like this. This used to be no man's land. And now we have secured it. Just the center and the south still in enemy hands. Very, very interesting indeed. As my party passes through a small town, I notice a throng of people filling the market square. At the center, a man stands on an overturned fish cart, shouting wildly to all who will listen. The day of judgment is nigh. Repent, repent, I say, or you shall be damned for all eternity. The worried-looking townsfolk nervously whisper to each other, fearful of the doomsayer's words. Man, these Catholics are odd. They do so many things that I don't enjoy, that I don't support. I sure am glad this pilgrimage comes with an indulgence. He is a funny guy. He is such a funny guy. He doesn't really understand spirituality, but he says, I'm doing what is demanded of me, so I'm gonna be safe. You know, I'm not too worried about this at all. If I die, I die. If I died that way, that would be the silliest thing. And now we have arrived. I have indeed become a pilgrim. Why is Saint Josephus Tibia here? Court artifact gained. Oh, okay. The reputed remains of a Christian saint acquired by Roger of Valence while undertaking his pilgrimage to Santiago, and revered as a token of luck and piety by the Catholic. Okay, yeah, that's nice. I hope that we at least get to level 1, although I would prefer more. Yeah, for sure, I would prefer more. The markets of Santiago are bustling with merchants shouting in languages that I've never heard and selling spices that I have never tasted. The guide of the pilgrim, learn the safest routes, discover the marvels of Santiago. One of them yells, waving a small book in my direction. Well, I mean, if you got a pilgrim's guide, I'm, not really going to say no to this one. I'm going to take this. Yeah, that's fine. I would like a tutorial for how I can live in this location. As I enter the sacred grounds, I find Ludwig staring at the altar with an absent expression. Ludwig, I call him. My lord, he says unfazed, I have something to ask you. I hope you can forgive me. This place has moved my soul and agitated my spirit in a way I thought inconceivable. God has spoken to me, and his voice is clear, severe, precise. It keeps going and going and going. The only sound I can hear now, the whole world has gone quiet. if I could stay behind. I would like to devote my life to that. No, I don't think so. You are my servant. You belong to my court. You belong to me. You're staying with me. During our pilgrimage to Santiago, I can't help but return to the local market, perusing the wares. One stand in particular catches my attention. The merchant grins at me and proclaims, "I have the wares if my lord has the coin." These exotic goods presented would surely make a nice profit back home, or maybe I could even save them as a gift. We are really good at money making. My wife has, of course, given me advice on this as well. Yeah, I'm going to buy a lot of this, and we're going to be selling that. Santiago, it has been an honor. We also got St. Nicholas Finger. Do they just give you all the bones that they have in their crypts? I guess, you know, honestly, I will say, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense, actually. Our code is the code for these royal artifacts. Are these real? I mean, probably not, but look at how it all fits in. What can I say? I think ultimately this does make perfect sense. So, you know what? Yeah, they probably emptied the crypts for us. I still don't know, by the way, who is trying to kill me. We'll see. You know what? Can I actually... I'm going to be paying for bounties for whispers. This is my spy master doing this. Actually, we don't even... It doesn't change anything. Secrecy? It's already at 0. Okay, you know what? Forget about it. Oh, and the Dunanids are under attack by Navarra. What is he taking? He is taking the county of Molina, if he can. Which hopefully he can. And now we travel through Reg Johannes' land right here, and I really want to highlight one thing that I didn't focus on when he passed away, but indeed our brother who is deceased, well, he was the one originally married to Ansel Berger right here. That didn't take place, obviously. The betrothal was basically ended right there. Now, I do want to point out, he made a very smart marriage afterwards. You can see right here, he is the Kumis Nizar of Bazou, which is to the north in Galicia, and then his brother is the entire Lord of Coimbra. The important part for me actually is that Reg Johannes is making great moves for his family. I can really only respect it. Not in our direction, but I don't think our character is bothered. He came to our assistance when we were, of course, attacked by the Almoravids, and with that, he assisted us against an enemy that is essentially equal to the Dunanids in the mind of Ré Roger right here. I really like this. I think this is a good angle. We live in good neighborhood and good friendship with one another. Again, not to mention, of course, that his territory, quite frankly, isn't all that important and good. Obviously, it is close to Cordoba, but they're not enemies, and we want to focus entirely on the Iberian eastern coastline. This is where we do feel home. Our father didn't feel home there, but that doesn't really play a role anymore. It's an interesting thing, just how the understanding there has changed. And with it, of course, also the ambition and every single thought that we pour into our reign. What is this? While traversing a challenging path in Medellin, I hear laughter ahead. My fellow traveler Gertrude and my agent Berenguer are working together to cross a tricky river crossing. "Gertrude, your idea to build a makeshift bridge was brilliant," exclaims Berenguer. Gertrude replies with a chuckle. "And your quick thinking with those long grasses tied it all together. It seems as if this obstacle has led to a new friendship." I don't care about either of you, and what is more for it, actually, I think, this whole friendship business. Listen, at most it happens to me. It never really is something that I plan myself. That is the kind of person that Ré Roger is right here, and here we come now with grave news. King Umar the Ill-Tempered has found out about our murder scheme, and that one is a difficult one. Because this is now the very first time that things aren't going according to plan. I want to highlight this. So far we had a calm, a well-collected man, Roger right here. His wife took over whenever necessary. Of course, she is essentially the Roger Whisperer, I would argue. She understands him incredibly well and how to deal with his, you know, eccentric features. Prince Jordan was the very first victim. He kind of challenged us, and immediately, of course, I sent him off to, not Alta Aragon, to Zaragoza right there. And now, it seems that my revenge, my exacting of this plan that I have, doesn't actually work out. We have been caught, only the first breach of course, but that is dangerous. It may well mean that, yeah, there you go, redouble guards, it now seemingly is impossible and I have to abandon this plan. For Ré Roger, that is a unique, a terrifying thing. The world doesn't seem to just be doing him favors. It was an impression that he had gained over time, but not really. I wonder what he thinks about this, like what he looks into there. We just did, of course, this kind of pilgrimage. Although we did this more to understand Iberia rather than coming closer to our faith, I don't really think that he is a deeply spiritual man on any level. I've undergone the journey of a holy man, and they insist it has changed something about me, whether I can see it myself or not. I really think that he can't see it. We normally play characters either that understand the world so well that they know what they are doing, you know, on a societal level when they do this kind of pilgrimage, or we play a character that is indeed deeply, deeply spiritual. He is really neither. It is an interesting kind of balance that we're striking here, making it so that maybe what we're taking away from here is that I need to work hard if I want to achieve the things that really matter to me, and if I were to fail in this goal, then, well, it may well end like that scheme that just didn't pan out. I could challenge him to a fight, but it seems like a rash action that I don't think we're going to be taking here. Quite the opposite, really. What could we do with you? We could go for a holy war for the kingdom. You know what? I might just do that. That might be the objective for Ré Roger in the next video. If he cannot kill him, he will take all of his lands in Iberia and banish him once and for all. Oh, and of course, I almost forgot, we did buy all of those exotic wares. I'm going to go ahead and indeed sell them at a great benefit. We are making bank. I really have to tell you that I was worried about her income and just how many or how few actions I could take going forward here as this character. But I was, you know, I don't think this is that big a deal. Now, I will tell you, as he looks around, Emir Talha ibn Mujahid, since he hasn't taken any aggressive action towards Prince William, I think I can accept him as the Emir. He is kind of chosen as the local ruler. I would much prefer it, of course, if he was under Lu, but I will take it. I will take it as it is. If my brother came to me and demanded his title back, I mean, they aren't in good standing, but let's be really, Prince William here is really only thinking of the drink, and he is Muwaladi. It is a very Iberian religion, isn't it? This is something without a doubt that we don't really understand, and I almost feel neutral towards it, I suppose, as silly as that is given the context. I don't know. It doesn't really connect. Now, how are we doing here? We still haven't found out who it is. That is crazy. How have we not found out anything about this? Queen's Joselm, you're not involved in this, are you? Oh, and by the way, the inheritance... Wait a minute, the inheritance happened the other way around. I was under the impression that we were going to see an inheritance of Kefalonia. Let me grab this duchy right here. You can see that there he is. Prince Roger the Wicked was holding this. In 1132, it was Prince Sayer, or Prince Sayer, the Trembling of Kefalonia, that inherited it. He was not in a good condition, and swiftly taken over by Ré Richard II. You think that they are restarting what they lost? You think that they're trying to regain the confidence and the ability that they had? He is reclaiming, it seems, Castro Giovanni, not directly, but as directly as he can. That is very, very interesting. Crowned by a bishop, and he respects me. Largely, I suppose, because of the belts of Santiago. Not sure why it applies that twice, but let's not worry about that too much. That's an interesting kind of predicament that they are in. They are now looking at us as the richer cousins. No longer part of the same family, but still very much related to them, as you can see even here with House Hauteville. It is an interesting situation. Now, he has become ambitious, Prince Jordan right here, and he has pretty good stats. I almost feel like he is equally as angry as we can be when, you know, the plan doesn't work out, but maybe a little bit smarter on a social level. Now, I will tell you, given the fact that I'm irritable and my plan just came crashing down, I think to round this video off, I will be finding somebody that deserves some punishment. Ah, man, the Caliph is actually gaining my favor. Wow, malleable subjects, right? Conciliation culture, sponsored Golden Age, and conciliation of the faith has driven me towards a pretty positive angle. I would take this, not necessarily as a positive angle of the Muwaladi, but rather of Iberian religion in general. We are kind of walking into a direction where Mozarabism and Muwaladi seem more intuitively true to us than Catholicism. Catholicism always was a bit more stringent. We never really worked well, of course, with the people right here, although he has come around on us, man. I don't see any urgency to act on this. I want to clarify this. I was looking around now. I was looking whether there was any reason to, for example, convert to Mozarabism or maybe to Muwaladi. I don't see it right now. I do like him as a friend, but turning away from Catholicism, no. I don't think that my wife would, you know, welcome that on any level. Now, you know what I will do, however, and I think this is a pretty radical step that he didn't intend to take anytime soon just because of how severe this fortification is. But Ré Roger of Valence, seeing how he cannot splinter and destroy the realm to his south by the ways of murder, he decides to take away one of the easiest pathways into the heart of Iberia, into Cordoba, and indeed, of course, Valencia itself. Amir Ahmad the Evil I hereby challenge you. I will be taking Granada, and I know that I could do this via Iberian reclamation. I could indeed be doing this since he is merely, you know, an interloper, right? He is not an involved ruler. I think that is boring. You've heard my opinion on this. We've done this already back in Sicily. No. We're going to go ahead and actually claim it in a holy war, giving, of course, people of the same or similar religion an opportunity to jump in and hold us off. I will be going on this campaign to show the realm from Marrakesh that we aren't to be fooled around with, that we are in a position where once I take the Alhambra, I will be the strongest ruler in all of Iberia and shall be feared. But folks, we are going to see where that goes and what we can make happen with this in the next video. Today we're going to call it, and I will see you later, alligator.